So one of the jobs we want to do on the boat is check the marks on the anchor. Okay, we mark the anchor up at set depths to let us know what depth we're at. So today we're just going to have a look and change some of the tapes on it. So we got the Lewmar winch. I've got the anchor held with a rope. Okay, and all I'm going to do is ease the clutch off so that it'll go through no problem. Okay, that will allow it to free spool. We can then, once we've undone this rope here, pull the anchor out without any issues. We've just got to remember to tie that back up once we've finished. Okay. I've got the chain all laid out. I've got it in about 10 meters, and this is my old markings. I put one about 3-4 meters from the anchor, so when I'm pulling it up I can see it from the wheelhouse. All I'm going to do is take these off and redo them. So let's crack on with it. Just snip this off. Make sure you capture all the old bits so it doesn't go in the bin or in the water. And I tend to take the old one off because if you just keep layering it, it makes it a bit more difficult going through the windlass. Might have to cut this bit. There we go, got it. There we go. Now I can hear the screams of people going, oh, you're using the wrong colours and everything. But this is a leisure boat, so we don't need to do the rub your balls in grease. You don't need to do that, as long as you know what the depths, what the distances are. It's fine. Like I say, I use insulation tape. You can get fancy little bits that fit on in between your chain. You can get all sorts, but this is what I find works for me. The yellow and green actually stands out quite well when I'm using the windlass, so pulling it in, it's fine. Just got to get it through there without it twisting too much. There you go. Pull it through. Okay. Snip that bit off and flatten it down, and then we'll do the other bit in from the other side. So again, once we've been through it, there it is. That'll show up now in the window when I can see it. As I'm bringing the anchor up, as it comes over the bow roller, we've got those colours there. You'll see those from the helm position, so it'll tell me that I'm very close to getting the anchor over the top. Right, we'll do the other parts now. Okay, so I've done the chain, and all I'm simply going to do now with the rope is just put various markers on it. As long as I know what the markers are, when I've got the chain down, I'll know how much I've got out. So we've got it pretty well spaced at 10 meters. So these will be 10 meter markers. So we've got one there. This one is going to be, so you've got 10, 20, so this one's going to be 3, so this one's going to be 30. Yeah, 1. There. Cut that off. Make sure there's a little bit of space in between them so you can see. So and the final one. That's 3. We're going to do the even ones now. So on my rope, I've got 50 meters of rope and 21, 22 meters of chain. So that'll be enough for some decent holding. And with these now, we can see exactly what depth we're in. So that was actually quite funny. We've just had a gent come along going, "Oh, that's a brilliant idea. I'm going to steal that if I can." More than happy for anybody to use this. It's not a problem. Like I say, on commercial boats, they've got the different ones, and they use shots, which is sort of a longer length. I think it's about 22.5 meters a shot. On here, because this is my leisure boat, 10 meters, that's fine. I know exactly where I am. Like I say, I've got 40 meters of chain, 40 meters of rope, and we have 50 meters of 50 meters of 50 meters of rope and 20 meters of chain. So for me, that's adequate. So just finish these off now, and then we'll put them back in put it back into the anchor locker. And before I do that, I'm actually going to give the anchor locker a bit of a clean and just have a look, because obviously with a lot of chain and rope going in there, it gets a bit dirty. And yeah, nice to have a clean anchor locker. So that's all the marks done. Like I say, you can see those from the wheelhouse, nice and easy. Bit of insulation tape, doesn't cost anything really, and just a little bit of time, and it does save a lot of guesswork. Okay, I'm going to get this back in the anchor locker now. Like I say, there's the 2, there's the 4. The other end is attached to the boat, so I know exactly where that is. And I also, on that end, I'll show you something now. I've actually put 3 different colours, so as it's coming out, I know when I'm right at the end of the actual anchor rope. Even though it's tied on, it's always good to know when you're at the end of it. Okay, let's go and have a look. So at this end, this is where the boat's attached to the or the rope is attached to the boat. Simply take these off. Right. And I'm just going to put different colours on there. This is purely to tell me that I'm right at the end of the rope. Okay, again, very simple. Bit of sellotape, masking tape, electrical tape, whatever you've got handy, you can use this. I'll say one gent's just come past and said he sprays his. You can spray it with paint, you can spray it with anything. It's all about just marking it up so you know the depth you've got. Let's use a red in the middle, shall we? Okay, Once we got this then outside, we know exactly where we are, depth wise, rope wise, anchor wise, and there we go. Nice and easy. Okay, I'll get the rope back in once I've cleared the anchor locker out, and I'm done. All cleaned out now. I've tightened up the clutch again. Yeah, we'll just get the rope back in and put the engine on, put the windlass on, pull it through, and then that's another job done. So unbelievably, I've had about 4 or 5 people come past me and they've all gone, wow, what a great idea, I should have done that myself. So what we've got done essentially is we've got all the rope in, we've also got most of the chain in. We're coming up to the marker there which says it's almost at the end. Right, you can see that from the cockpit quite easily. Not sure if the GoPro's picking it up. And we are just about at the anchor. So I'm just going to ease this in very gently. This blue rope, by the way, is literally, the blue rope is just to go around the windlass. So that goes in there. That then fits around the windlass, and it stops the anchor from falling back in and getting loose. So that's it, nice and done, all marked up, ready for the rest of the year. And yeah, nice clean anchor locker. So it's been interesting. We had a couple of comments, people coming past, oh, I use paint for this, or I use certain other things for it. To be honest, whichever way you do it, it doesn't matter, as long as you do it so you know that when you pay out your chain and your anchor and your rope, you know exactly how much you've got, so you can anchor safely in the depth that you're in. All right, hope this has helped, and I'll catch you again. Take care.